guys! So let's go ahead and review some of the division things that we've been talking about, especially how division and multiplication relate to one another. Do you remember what division and multiplication operations are called? Yeah, they're inverse operations, so that means they're opposites. Multiplication is the opposite of division, but they're still related. So that's kind of what we're going to practice and review today. So let's say that I give you a division sentence. All right, let's make an array to solve this division sentence, okay? Well, I know that I have 4, so I'm going to have 12 total divided by 4. So if I'm making an array, I want to have 4 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 4 rows. But now I need to make sure that I can equal share among those rows until I get to what? 12. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I started with a division sentence. I drew an array to help me figure out the answer. 12 counters divided into 4 rows equals, how many are in each row? 1, 2, 3. So there's my division sentence. What about my multiplication sentence? How can I use this array to make a multiplication sentence that's related to that? Right, I'm just going to count like we did before. How many rows do I have? I have 4. How many columns or how many items in each row? 1, 2, 3. And then how many counters are there total? There's 12, okay? So this multiplication sentence is the inverse or the opposite of this division sentence. Let's take it one step further. How can I make a fact family out of this? I've already got one of my division sentences and one of my multiplication sentences. Let's see if we can come up with the other two. What would my other multiplication sentence be? See if you can say it out loud to yourself. Right, the commutative property tells us that I can turn this fact around and my answer doesn't change. Okay, so here's my 2 multiplication facts that would be in my fact family. One of my division sentences is 12 divided by 4 equals 3. But what if I turned this array on its side and then I had 3 rows? What would my division sentence be? Right, 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So there's my fact family, all based on that array. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you some time to practice. So you need to make sure that you have something to write with. Paper, pencil, marker, your whiteboard, something for you to write with. If you need to pause the video to grab it, you can do so now. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to give you a model, okay? Sometimes it'll be a model, sometimes an array, but we're starting with a model. I would like for you to write the division sentence and the multiplication sentence that go with that model. So, all right, there's our model. We have 5 groups and there's 3 in each group. Go ahead and pause the video. You're going to write the division sentence and the multiplication sentence that go with that model. Okay, welcome back. Let's check. We'll start with our division sentence. Now, for my division sentence, I need to start with my dividend. My dividend is my biggest number, the total. So how many are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my division sentence needed to start with 15 divided by how many groups do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that equals how many are in each group? 3. Good. Did you get that right? Hopefully. What about your multiplication sentence? What did you write for it? Well, I know I start with how many groups I have, so that's 5, times how many in each group? 3, and that equals how many total? 15. Did you get those two sentences? I hope so. Here's what I want you to do next. We're going to keep going with it. I would like for you to write the other two sentences, number sentences, that complete this fact family. So remember, the fact families have 2 division facts, 2 multiplication facts. You have one of each. I want you to give me the other 2. Go ahead and hit pause. Come back to the video after you figured it out. Okay, did you get it? I always like to start with my multiplication sentences. You don't have to. That's just how I like to do it. So our first multiplication sentence was 5 times 3 equals 15. We got that from our model. What's my other multiplication fact? Right, commutative property says use the turnaround. 3 times 5. Does my answer change? Nope. Still 15. What's my other division sentence? Well, no matter what, my divisor always has to be my total. I'm going to try to squeeze it in there. So it's still going to say 15 divided by, I just flip my divisor and my quotient. So it's 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Did you get this? All right, let's try another one. Okay. Okay, there's your array. We have 6 rows and 4 columns. Same thing as last time. I'd like for you to write me the division sentence and the multiplication sentence that illustrate this array. Hit pause and come back after you figured it out. Okay, did you get it? So let's start with our division sentence. What was it? What did you write? You had to start with your total. And how many counters are there? 24 divided by, how many rows did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 divided by 6 equals how many in each row? 4. So that was your division sentence. What about your multiplication sentence? To get our first number, we count our rows. To get our second number, how many are in each row? And then our product, remember product is the answer to a multiplication fact, was 24. That's our total. Did you get those? I hope so. All right. Same thing as last time. Now I want you to finish out the fact family. You have 2 of our number sentences. I'd like for you to write the other 2. Hit pause, come back to the video once you figured them out. All right. Let's start with division this time. I'll get crazy and change it up. Our first division sentence says 24 divided by 6 equals 4. What's my other division sentence? My dividend still has to be 24. 24 divided by, what's my divisor going to be? Right, it's going to be 4, and then my quotient will be 6. What's my other multiplication fact? I have 6 times 4 equals 24. If I flip them around, what will it be? Right, 4 times 6 equals 24. All right, hopefully you got all of those. We're going to try one more before we finish up. All right. There's your array. Give me the division sentence and the multiplication fact that match that array. Pause the video, come back when you've got it. Okay, division sentence, what did you have? Hopefully you had 14, because that's how many counters I have. Divided by 7, because that's how many rows I have. Equals 2, because that's how many are in each row. Did you get it? All right, what about our multiplication sentence? How many rows do I have? 7 times how many are in each row? 2 equals my total of 14. Good. Okay, same as before. I want you to pause the video, finish out our fact family, come back when you got it. All right, here we go. Our other division sentence, we have 14 divided by 7, so my my dividend doesn't change. It's gonna be 14. Divided by, my new divisor is gonna be 2, and my quotient then becomes 7. Okay, my multiplication fact, commutative property, turning it around. 7 divided by 2, I'm gonna have 7 times 2 equals 14. I'm gonna turn it around and have 2 times 7 equals 14. Okay, hopefully that was some good practice. You guys really feel like you've got a handle on division. You're now gonna go below, do a couple of workbook pages, and then you can check them in the video with me.